Hi artists! Today we are going to be weaving our painted paper. Now this is not painted and the strips that I'll be working with aren't painted either. That's just so you can clearly see what we are doing. I don't want the paint to confuse your eyes. So everything that you have at this point will be painted. My example is not. So the first thing we're going to do is take your ruler and line it up with the bottom of the page. Now, when I say line it up, it means that the edge of the ruler is going to match the edge of the paper. Does that match? No. We need it to line up all the way across. And then we're just going to draw a line. And we're also going to make little dots at each number. Okay, now at the other end of the page, we don't need to line it up. We want to get it close to the edge, and we're just going to do the dots this time. Okay, now boys and girls, you're going to use your ruler just for one more step. We're going to take our ruler and line it up so that both the dots are above it, and then we draw a line from dot to dot. Do it again, draw a line from dot to dot. Do it again, draw a line from dot to dot. Draw a line from dot to dot. Now, remember, my paper's not painted, but when you're doing all of this, it is going to be on the back side of your paper. So right now, this side is painted. This side is where we are working. All right, artists, now that your paper is set up like this, what you're going to do is I would like the side without the line by your belly and the side with the line away from you. Now, you're gonna have a pair of scissors and you're just going to start at the edge of the paper where there is no line. We're not gonna cut through that flat line. And you're going to cut on the line up to the line at the edge of the paper. We're never cutting through this line at the edge of the paper, okay? We're not cutting it this way. We are not cutting through it. We are cutting up to it and stopping. So you can say cut, 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 stop, cut, 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 stop until you've done all of your lines and you have ends of your paper that are able to move by themselves. Okay, so go ahead and do the whole paper that way. All right, once your paper is all separated, I want you to flip it so we don't see the line anymore. And now you should be looking at your painted side. Remember, mine's not painted, so we can see clearly, but yours should be painted. You're going to take any strip, and I would have cut these into strips for you already, and you're going to hold the painted side. I'm gonna write painted on here. You're gonna hold the painted side up. And now you're gonna start at the very end and you're gonna go over one strip, under one strip, over one strip, under one strip. And you can say that as you go. Over, under. And to go under, you just lift it up and let it fall. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, and you keep going until you get to the very end, and then make sure it's not hanging out the side too much. It only fits the size of the paper, and then you can scooch it up with your fingers. All you have to do is push a little bit, wiggle it, and it'll go all the way up to the edge of the paper. Then you take another strip, but now we have to do the opposite. So this one, I see the green. So that means I went over. So if I'm doing opposite, what am I gonna do? I went over, now I go under. So I go under, over, under, over. And the way you can tell you're doing it right is if you start to see a checkerboard. And then if you lose your space like I just did, under, over, under, over. Start at the end and just say what it is. Under, over, under, over, under. Over, under, over, under, over, under. Another neat trick is that if you see a different color, it means that you need to do under. So if the green one is showing, my next one with the blue has to be under. So if you want to do that, you could just look at it as, I'm only going to lift up the ones that are showing green. But I just pulled it out of this end, so make sure you are looking and you're watching your ends, because I accidentally just messed that up. And then just push it up. And you're going to keep going, keep using different strips, and keep doing the opposite. So you don't have to switch colors every time. I just did that to show you the difference, but I could use a blue one next if I wanted to, or I could do green, whatever I want. But we always have to do opposite of what's showing. So pink is showing, that means it's under, so I'm gonna go over with whatever strip I choose next. Okay, boys and girls, there are practices of this. If you feel you need to practice, we can do that. But if you feel that you've got it, you can go right ahead and start weaving. These are very easy if you make a mistake to just pull out, so don't be too scared. Have fun.